Let's get a Chinchino. We actually haven't used our Silverly. If we drew all dark energy, we can use Silverly for one draw at least. I should have used. Oh well. I probably could have. If I played my cards right just now, I probably could have used disc reload once to draw one card at least. Hello everybody, welcome back to Beware the Terrible. So today we have a new deck in the standard format for you called the Amazing Death. So in Amazing Death we have our standard card, the new Shining Fates card, Yveltal, with the amazing destruction attack allowing you to knock out your opponent for 5 difficult star, 5 colorful energies. So we have the fire, psychic, dark, and 2 colorless energies that we need to charge Yveltal with to be able to knock out your opponent's active Pokemon, any Pokemon with any HP, any VMAX Pokemon, any Pokemon at all, unless they have a wash energy attached to them, or if they have any cards to defend their Pokemon from the effects of your opponent's from the effect of an attack. For example, wash energy. I've attacked a Dreadnought VMAX with the wash energy attached to it, and it didn't work. So this attack does not work against the wash energy. So that's something to watch out for. So we are basing this deck off of Yveltal's amazing destruction attack, and supporting it with Hydreigon's ability, allowing us to freely charge it with dark energy, freely charge our Pokemons with dark energy as often as we like, in any way we like, from our hand to our Pokemon every turn. So Hydreigon basically allows us to attach as many dark energy as we like, freely. But we have to think about our psychic energy and our fire type energy. How are we gonna attach those? So fire type energy, obviously we have our welders. Psychic type energy, we are gonna waste our energy attachment cost, because each turn you're only allowed to attach 1 energy, as we all know. So we are gonna use that energy attachment cost for psychic energy, for our Yveltal psychic energy cost. So welder for fire energy, Hydreigon's Dark Squall ability for dark energy, and our turns energy attachment cost for psychic energy. So that's 1 turn full 5 energy attack cost. So we only need 1 turn if we have a Hydreigon in play, if we have welders and fire energy in our hand, and a psychic energy as well. Or if we draw some, because Welder allows you to draw cards, and we also have our other cards to draw as well, as we'll show later. We have our Silver GX, we have our Chinchino to draw more cards into our hand, and most importantly in this deck is obviously the Welder. So as I said just now, we have our Welders for fire energy, we have our Dark Squall for dark energy, and we have our psychic energy. So the main thing about this deck is we need to pull out our Chinchinos and our Silverly GX as fast as possible, because those are the cards we need to draw the energy cards, to draw all the supporter cards, which is Welder. The only supporter card in this deck is Welder, unfortunately, but we don't need to worry about other supporter cards, because we don't need to switch much. We don't need Bird Keepers. And also, a very good card to have in this deck is the Guzzlord, because Guzzlord has the Raid Banquet attack, allowing you to deal 120 damage for a double price card draw if they are 1 price card. So, let me explain that better. So, Raid Banquet allows you to draw an extra price card for every knockout, meaning is an automatic altered creation card, except you don't add 30 damage. Alter creation add 30 damage to all of your Pokemon's attack. So Raid Banquet allows you to draw an extra prize card for every knockout if Raid Banquet knocks out your opponent's attack. So Raid Banquet only does 120 damage, and we don't have any vitality bands. We have no Leons or any cards to add damage to Raid Banquet. So if they have more than 120 HP, then Guzzlord is basically not gonna do much. But we can use other cards to deal damage to them. For example, our Silverly GX can do 50 or 120 damage if we play a supporter card. We also have Sonia's and Professor Oak's setup, to allow us to prepare our basic Pokemons fast. So those are our supporter cards to allow Silverly GX to do extra damage. So Silverly GX Brave Buddies allow you to do 120 damage if you play a supporter card from your hand on your turn. But if you don't play a supporter card, you only do 50 damage. So we can add those damage and use Raid Banquet later to add a prize card draw to our knockout. So if we knock out with Raid Banquet after dealing damage with Brave Buddies from Silverly GX, then we can draw an extra prize card with Guzzlord. But basically we're not relying too much on Guzzlord. The main theme of this deck is obviously Yveltal, but Yveltal is a very iffy card, is a very risky card, as we all know, because you could be up against Altaria decks, you could be up against one prize decks, the Libero deck, for example, the Cinderace Libero ability card, the Sword and Shield Cinderace with the Libero ability is is virtually impossible, you know, to win with this deck unless you can knock out the supporting cards like Pidgeotto or some low HP one prize cards with your Raid Banquet Guzzlord. Then you can draw 2 prize cards fast before you deal your amazing destruction to the other 1 prize cards. So basically we're trying to accelerate our prize card earnage. The amount of prize cards that we earn, we are trying to accelerate that with our Guzzlord's Raid Banquet. And we are also trying to knock out as many VMAXs or tag teams as easily and as fast as possible with our amazing destruction. So if they don't play any VMAXs, if they don't play any tag teams or Vs, then we're basically screwed unless they have low HP 1 prize cards. Otherwise, we are going to have to rely on Silverly GX before dealing damage with our Raid Banquet, because Raid Banquet is pretty much useless unless they have a very low HP. So we need to this deck is basically very confined in that sense. So if they have a high, for example, if they have a Decidueye deck, if they have a Galarian Obstagoon deck or a Sableye deck, then this deck is not really that good because you don't draw much prize cards from those decks, and their HP is too high for Raid Banquet to deal a 1-hit knockout for 2 prize draws. So they are gonna be drawing more prize cards faster than we are, and that is not good because they are gonna win that way, you know. So basically this deck has the 3 main cards of this deck is Yveltal, Hydreigon, and Guzzlord. So Guzzlord is a very good addition. In my opinion, it's a very good addition because without Guzzlord, you can't accelerate your prize card earnage. You can't draw it fast enough, and it can be very it can be a surprise hit as well. You can hit your opponent with an ambush Guzzlord by playing it on your turn and then charging it with dark energies immediately, and then switching out your active Pokemon to Guzzlord and dealing Raid Banquet right off the bat. So that is a quick knockout right there, a quick draw of an extra prize card as well. So Guzzlord is a very good addition in my opinion. And we also have as I said, we have Sonia's and Professor Oak's setup to allow us to set up our bench Pokemon fast. So setup doesn't really do much because you need 3 different types of Pokemons. So we can't really pull out 2 Minchinos or 2 Type Nulls, which is very important because those 2 normal, we have 4 of it. We have 2 Chinchinos and Minchinos, and we have 2 Silverly GXs and 2 Type Nulls. So we have 4 of these Pokemon with abilities that allow us to draw cards, which is what we need every turn. Otherwise, we have no other supporter cards to draw except for Welder, which we only have 4, and which requires you to have fire energies to be able to use that supporter card. So how are we going to get our fire energies? We have our energy search, we have our energy spinner, and energy retrieval if we ever discard one by retreating. And we also have 4 fire energies only. We only have 4 because we want as many dark energies as possible, and it's better to have energy searches than those loose energies. I prefer to have energy searches is because if you have energy searches, then you get to draw out a specific energy. For example, if you need a psychic energy and you don't have one at hand, you only have energy search, then you can get that specific energy. Whereas if you don't have that, if you only rely on drawing those specific energies, then you're gonna be screwed, because it's very hard to draw just the right energy that you need, because we have 3 type energies here. We have 3 types that we need. So, and we are not gonna rely on them showing up by chance or by luck. No, we are gonna try and reduce the amount of how much we are able to depend on our luck. We don't want to depend too much on our luck. So we also have 3 rare candies to evolve our Hydreigons, and we have 1 Zweilous just in case they have a what's that called? Just in case they have a item block, a frozen lock, or a fossil bind, or a Vikavolt V to block our item cards. So if we can't use rare candies, then at least we have a Zweilous, or if we discard our rare candy, at least we have a Zweilous. And also rare candy is actually very annoying, because you need to have those 2 cards in hand. You need either an evolution incense and a rare candy in hand, or you need a rare candy and a Hydreigon in hand, which is not really that difficult, but sometimes it can be pretty you can get pretty unlucky, and you can't really find those 2 cards, those 2 matching cards together on the same turn, and it needs to show up on the same turn for you to be able to evolve Hydreigon. But if you evolve it one by one, stage by stage, your opponent can boss's order and kill it. So sometimes it's better to rare candy. So we also have 1 Great Ball, 1 Quick Ball, and 1 Pokemon Communication. And we have 1 of each Energy Spinner and Energy Search, 1 Energy Retrieval, 1 Oricorio, 1 Mew, just in case they have a Amazing Surge. I just got schooled by an Amazing Surge deck. So we were pretty close, but they only need to do 2 Amazing Surges to knock out all of our Pokemon. So they drew 5 prize cards for the win. So the first knockout they did was with a Crobat V. They knocked out my Yveltal. So they deal just a brief review here. So one of the matches that I did was against amazing rare card, Kyogre from Shining Fates. If you guys are not familiar with that, Kyogre does an amazing search attack for 80 spread damage all over all of your Pokemon. So it does 80 damage to all of your Pokemon for 4 energy costs. And they have a Dragonite from Soaring Storms, Dragonite Soaring Storms theme deck. The Dragonite card allows you to attach 2 lightning and water energy freely from your hand, or 1 of each, to any of your Pokemon in any way you like. So they only need to deal 2 strikes of Amazing Surge to knock out 5 of my Pokemons, 4 Pokemons on my bench, and my active Pokemon, my active Yveltal, and to draw all 6 prize cards, 5 of their last prize cards. So that is, we don't want that to happen. So we have a Mew just in case. Mew can also protect you from Decidueye. Mew can protect you from Inteleon VMAX. It can protect you from a lot of things, you know. So protecting your bench is kind of important, because we have weak HP, low HP Pokemons on our bench. We have Chinchinos. We have this is not very high HP as well. We have Dino. Dino might not have evolved yet, and we don't want it to get knocked out before it evolves. We have Guzzlord. 150 is not a lot. Silvally, obviously 210 is a lot of HP, but we don't want it to get hit, because Silver GX is a GX, meaning your opponent draws 2 prize cards for it. So we don't want them to draw 2 prize cards. And Oricorio is also a GX. So we also have 7 Dark Energies and 4 Psychic Energies and 4 Fire Energies. And we have 1 Capture Energy just to speed up our setup as well. And that's about it. So let's go for gameplay. So this deck is obviously not very, the success rate is not very high, because I would say it's slightly above average. I've done everything I can to perfect this deck. I've done everything I can to make this as good as possible. But it's still, you know, not Players Cup good. I wouldn't play this in a Players Cup. I wouldn't play this in a tournament. I wouldn't play this against a good player, you know. It's just that this Yveltal card is a very special card, and I really want to make a deck out of it. You know, it's nice to challenge yourself, and it's also fun. It's also a fun way of playing the game. And also, if you win against a VMAX deck, it's really satisfying. So it's just, it really depends on which opponent you're up against, I suppose. So we're up against an Inteleon V deck, Inteleon VMAX. Probably have a telescopic sight as well. Not a good hand. So we don't have any fire energies, no setup cards, no Marnie, sorry, we don't have Marnie in this deck. No Sonias, no setup, and no Great Balls, no Pokepoms, no Quick Ball. Already fully charged. All they need to do is switch to knock out our Guzzlord. Oh my goodness, that is super fast. And there you go, the first knockout. So they're playing a VMAX card, we don't need our Guzzlord anyways, so that's fine. We do need our Mew though, so I'm gonna put forth my Minchino, which is probably not a good idea. I'm gonna draw 2 cards with my Make Do. Draw 3 more with Dance of Tributes. And then get my Amazing Death card. So we need our Dino and our Amazing Death. We actually need a Silvally. I'm gonna play a Ambush card. Let's just play an Ambush on them. Boss's order. Ah, damn it. We just wasted our energy there. I should have used energy assist. So let me think. We probably have Evolution Incense in this deck, so I'm gonna assume we draw one. We better get Yveltal by now. Alright. That's bad. I'm gonna discard that one. They're probably gonna boss order that thing and kill it again. Oh, there we go. Alright, we might be able to knock one at least. Jesus, this is crazy. Okay, we need a psychic energy, so I'm gonna get a psychic fire. We can draw a lot right now, so I'm pretty happy actually. Silvally is basically useless because we have more than 5 cards in our hand, but that's fine. We have our rare candy and our Hydreigon, finally. Oh, okay, thank god they didn't have a boss's order, but we had another Yveltal in our hand, but I don't want to be wasting my Yveltal because we don't have any rods or Brock's Grid in this deck, so if one ends up in the prize card, then we don't have any more to use, then we have to rely on Guzzlord, which is basically useless against a VMAX. So, we can knock out one, that's good I suppose. Let's get another one. So let's compress the deck. Let's get a Chinchino. We actually haven't used our Silvally. If we drew all dark energy, we can use Silvally for 1 draw at least. I should have used oh well. I probably could have, if I played my cards right just now, I probably could have used disc reload once to draw 1 card at least. But oh well. I'm pretty happy that I at least get to knock out 1 Inteleon VMAX because it's crazy. Like, this card is just really weak. It's really difficult. Like, I spent days trying to make this deck work. It's crazy difficult. So there's no way we can not use that Welder. If they Marnie us, we are pretty much screwed. But Marnie doesn't really work because Silvally Jax actually nullifies Marnie. So it might actually be a good thing sometimes if they Marnie, because we might have really bad cards, a lot of bad cards in the hand. Then that actually puts it at the bottom and we draw new cards. But that's not good because we have good cards in our hand. Oh my gosh. That's annoying. I don't think we're gonna win this one. At least we had a good try. So we have another Yveltal at least. That means if we knock out this one, we get to knock out another one? I don't even know. It might actually be better to use a Guzzlord. If we can knock out this one with a Guzzlord, no. We don't have a boss order in this deck though. So there's no hope of dealing 3 amazing destructions because we don't have more than 10 energies in this deck. And not much energy retrievals either. So don't really know what to do now. Let me discard that. So we can't do anything with... Yep, I think we're gonna lose now. What are we gonna do here? I'm gonna sacrifice my Chinchino. I probably used up all my fire energies. Perhaps? Let's get fire. So I'm gonna attach a psychic. Oh, I can't attach anything. So I'm just gonna pause the turn. If they Marnie us again, we're done for. This deck is probably not that. It's better if they don't Marnie, but Silvally can recover it. It's possible, but not always, not every time. Oh, they just killed the Hydreigon. So that's it. That's the end. And they just reset stamped us. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, I had to switch my headphones because batteries down. So I'm probably just gonna end it right there because there's just no point. Oh well, let's just go ahead and do everything. At least we get to knock out one Inteleon. I'm happy with that. Whatever, you know. And we get to do some more. Not enough. One left. If only we attached one with Hydreigon just now. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Still too little. 2 left. I needed 2 left. Oh, they knocked out 2. They knocked out all 3 Yveltals. Not good. So let's go for another game. At least we knocked out 1 Inteleon VMAX. I'm happy with that. One is good enough. Gangerly. Gangerly. Oh, I thought it's Gangarly. It'd be pretty cool if his name is Gangerly. Ganger. Gangerly. It's actually Gangerly. Gengar. We have 2 setup cards and a Welder. A Colossal VMAX. Let's see if we can knock out a Colossal VMAX in time. Let's hope we can. So, no Silvally, sorry, no type null in the first turn. That's bad. The standard ones, Stone Energy, Cape of Toughness. They should actually have a buff padding. Buff padding works for VMAX. Cape of Toughness works for the V. So I don't think they're gonna play the VMAX card here. They're probably gonna have a Colossal non-V card to charge energy to their Colossal V, because Boulder Crush doesn't do much damage, but they don't really need much energy if they are playing that non-V card. So I don't think it's a Colossal VMAX deck, because they're playing a Cape of Toughness. And they just destroyed our hand. Let's hope they don't evolve and knock out our Yveltal, because if they Primate Wisdom evolve, then we're pretty much dead. Tino. I'm waiting for a Deteen and a Crobat V. Oh, a Bea. Interesting. You don't see a lot of this card. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck, attach any energy cards. You can attach special energies as well. Twin energy even. To your, in any way you like. Sorry, in this way. Sorry, and attach any energy card you discarded in this way to your bench fighting type Pokemon in any way you like. So it has to be fighting type Pokemons. It doesn't work for any other types. So they tied us up. Tie up means Yveltal cannot attack. If it's a basic Pokemon. So let's switch it out. That's probably a bad idea because it's gonna get knocked out the next turn. But oh well. Galarian Surfetch. Onyx. Ooh. Very funny deck they have there. A wide selection. So they have Onyx, Surfetch, they have Colossal VMAX, and another V card. Graplock V. So Tail Smash does 100 damage for a heads and 3 energy cards. So they're probably not gonna use Eruption Shot because they have a lot of Beas, no Primate Wisdom. It's actually smarter to use the Primate Wisdom but you never know, you might be facing a Leaf type deck. So they're probably preparing themselves for a Leaf type deck. Let's see if we can get a Silverly. That's our third fire energy. We have one last one either in the deck or in the prize card. Another Bea. Bea keeps giving them 1 energy. Oh, that's double energy. They don't really need to do a lot of damage to us because we are normal type and fighting and dark type. So flying, this is actually a flying dark card, so it's dark type as an attack. So if you attack as a dark type, but when you receive damage, Yveltal actually receives damage as a flying type. So it is weak against lightning and resistant to fighting types. Psychic energy. What? Oh, we need a dark energy. Oh, I just realized we don't have a dark energy. Oopsie. So we have a dark finally. We might be able to welder, so I'm not gonna use the setup. Nope, no welders. But let's get our dark energy for our second Yveltal. Yep, that's it. Amazing destruction. We actually need 2 more amazing destructions to be able to win the game, because we need to knock out another V after the VMAX. Another card after the VMAX. Unless we knock it out with a Guzzlord, which is virtually impossible. Because 120 minus 40 with 2 stone energies, perhaps even more, is 80 or less damage per turn, meaning we need at least 5 turns. Yep, 5 turns to be able to knock out a colossal VMAX with Guzzlord. 5 turns. We can actually knock it out now. Silverly. Let's not put our Guzzlord yet. Let's get one ready, because Mew actually does nothing. So I'm hoping for a welder fight. We need a energy retrieval. So let's get our second Hydreigon. The next turn we can evolve our second Hydreigon if we need to. Oh, they just let us win. So there you go, we have our amazing death deck featuring our Yveltal from Shining Fates with the amazing destruction attack, knocking out your opponent with one hit. But you need to attach 5 energies to it, and it's not just any 5 energy, you need to attach 3 different types of energy and 2 colorless extra energies. So how are you gonna do that? You're gonna need a lot of supporting cards. You're gonna need a lot of ways to attach those energies. So you might be thinking of using perhaps the Trumbeak with the charging trumpet ability that attaches to the top 2 cards of your deck if they are energy cards to any of your Pokemon in any way you like, as you evolve the Trumbeak. So you might be thinking of that, maybe use that in pair with Primate Wisdom or any other cards that maybe a Seismitoad that allows you to put any card of your deck on the top, that allows you to search your deck for a card and put it on the top of your deck, or maybe a Rotom Phone even, and a Charging Trumpet. So those are some ideas that are off the top of my head, but mainly, usually people use this card in pair with the Unbroken Bonds Porygon Z, which has the Crazy Code ability, allowing you to attach any special energy cards from your hand to your Pokemon in any way you like, as often as you like it during your turn. So they can have heat energy, they can have I can't remember what it's called, I think it's heat energy. So heat energy adds 20 HP if it's a fire type. If it's not a fire type, it still acts as a fire energy. So heat energy, horror energy, hiding energy actually works for Yveltal's amazing destruction attack. So they can attach heat energy, horror energy, and hiding energy to Yveltal, and they can also attach twin energy. No triple acceleration because Yveltal is not an evolution Pokemon, but you can still attach all types of special energies to Yveltal. So all the special energies that I just talked about just now works for Yveltal, because the new special energies, they can be attached to to different type Pokemon and still act as those types. So for example, the heat energy can still be attached to Yveltal and act as the fire energy, but it does not have its plus 20 HP effect. Horror energy still acts as psychic energy, but does not have the Rocky Helmet effect. So basically, that's the main idea. That's the mainstream deck for Yveltal. Another good deck that I saw from Yveltal, which is from Zlasage. If you haven't checked out his channel, go to Zlasage and subscribe to his channel because he has good content. So he made a deck from XU Ends Resolve. So XU has the ability Unnerve, which protects it from all effects of item and supporter cards from its opponent. So XU actually blocks Boss's Order, it blocks Crushing Hammer as well. And XU, if you attach energy with Ends Resolve to XU, you can effectively prevent it from being damaged in the bench spot with a Mew, simply with a Mew, and you prevent it from being pulled out by Boss's Order, from being Crushing Hammered, and protected. Basically, it's protected if it's on your bench and if it's charged with energy. And then all you have to do is Nanu to switch it for Yveltal, and then switch it out to the active spot to do the knockout hit with amazing destruction. So that is basically the idea of using Yveltal in pair with XU and Ends Resolve. But with all Yveltal decks, you need a lot of those supporting cards. So basically, you need the baseline attack to work. For the baseline attack amazing destruction to work, you need to figure out a way to attach those colorful energies, those rainbow energies onto your amazing rare card as fast as possible, preferably within 1 or 2 turns. Probably best to do it within 1 turn, because otherwise they're gonna boss order and kill you. Or just like the XU deck, if you can't attach it within 1 turn, then protect it in the bench. Make sure they don't boss order it, make sure they don't knock it out before you attach your energies. And then so what I'm trying to say is, with this deck, any deck that features a Yveltal card is very, very difficult to make, because you don't have space for all those extra cards like Boss's Order, Reset Stamp. You don't even have space for supporter cards, because you're either gonna charge your energy with a Welder, or you're gonna have to charge your energy with End's Resolve or any other supporter cards. A BD or a Turbo Patch is not really that effective, but sometimes BD may do the job as well. A Crazy Code is probably the best option, because a Crazy Code actually charges all types of energy. It's not like Hydreigon. It's a bit like Hydreigon, except Hydreigon allows you only to attach dark type energies, whereas Crazy Code allows you to attach all types of special energies. So Crazy Code gives you the free space of supporter cards, meaning you get to use Marnies, you get to use any type of draw cards, you get to use Blues Tactics, Professor's Research, Milo, all types of draw cards. You get to use Boss's Order even. You have a lot of space if you use a Crazy Code deck, to add in all those extra cards. But still, Crazy Code is Porygon Z from Unbroken Bonds is a stage 2 card, meaning you need those space for rare candies. You need to find those cards. You need Quick Balls, you need Sonias, you need Evolution Incenses, you need cards to summon those evolution Pokemon and evolve your Crazy Code fast enough to be able to use its ability, and you need to find a way to get out all of your special energies as well. So all of those tricks, it's really difficult to pull off those tricks alone, let alone add those extra cards that allow you to sabotage your opponent, like Crushing Hammers, Reset Stamp, Boss Order, all those important cards which really adds a huge advantage to your deck. All of those cards are not available for this Yveltal deck type cards. For this Yveltal type decks. So basically what I'm trying to say is Yveltal is not a good deck to use, because it's just not feasible. This attack is just way too heavy. The attack cost is way too heavy, and it's only 110 HP. It's very it's 2 energy retreat cost as well. It's just not feasible. So if you can make a good deck out of this Yveltal card, if you can defeat a ADPZ deck, if you can defeat all of those strong decks, Colossal VMAX deck might be possible to defeat that deck, because Colossal VMAX is a VMAX Pokemon, meaning you get 3 cards for each Amazing Destruction hit, meaning you only need to hit Amazing Destruction twice to be able to win the game. If that is, they put out their Colossal VMAX, if they put out their Colossal VMAX as their active Pokemon for you to do the free knockout hit. Sometimes they might just put a decoy Didinji X or a decoy Crobat V, just to avoid you, prevent you from taking your last 3 prize cards. And if you're only featuring your deck of Yveltal and you have no other cards to attack with, then you're basically screwed, because it's 5 energy. How are you going to collect those energies back? If you don't have a training card, if you don't have enough energy retrievals, you're screwed. You can't collect those energies back. And unless you have a card with an ability that Pokemon ability that allows you to attach energy from the discard pile, then that would be great, but we don't have that ability in the standard format. We only have an attack, Rotom, with the attack that allows you to attach 2 energy, 2 basic energy from your discard pile to your Pokemon in any way you like, but that is an attack, meaning you have to waste a turn for it. And that is why we have a Guzzlord in this deck, because Guzzlord actually allows you to it adds the advantage of adding a prize card for every knockout that you do with Red Banquet, provided that you do a knockout with the 120 damage within the 120 damage hit. If you don't do a knockout with 120 damage, then you don't get to take an extra prize card. You don't get to take a prize card even. So that is the restriction of Guzzlord. It only does 120, and if you don't knock it out within 120, its effect doesn't work. So that is all for this deck, I suppose. We have Welders as well. We have a Capture Energy to speed up our setup. Professor's Oak setup is not that great, because you don't get to summon 2 Minchinos or a Minchino and a Silverly, because they are both the same type. but you do get to summon Oricorio GX early in the game, which sometimes might be a bad thing because they can just boss order it and kill it off. It's better to put Oricorio GX on your turn just before you're using the ability. Just before using Dance of Tributes, you put it and you use it immediately. It's better to do it that way. Just after they knock out your one of your Pokemon, then you place Oricorio GX into play and use his ability. It's better that way because otherwise they're gonna just boss order and knock it out before you even get to use his ability. So we don't want that to be happening. So that's the golden rule. So that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our videos. If you find them interesting or entertaining, and check the description box for any promo codes or any extra information on PTCGO. And we'll see you in the next video. Keep playing, keep having fun, stay original, and stay strong, and keep winning. Win big and smile big. Bye guys!